The Registrar of Voters office says it is ready to certify the election results tomorrow, but there were certainly challenges along the way, including an outbreak of coronavirus. I spoke with the Assistant Registrar of Voters, Art Tinoco. Art, thanks for joining us.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for the invite.
How is everything at the Registrar's office right now after dealing with the outbreak last week?
Things are slowly coming back to normal. We are at a point where we're getting ready to certify the election tomorrow. So we are just finalizing all of the processes that were still pending, and we're in line ready for tomorrow.
I'm curious, Art, how did the outbreak affect the workflow at the office? We understand that several employees were able to work from home. The ballots still have to be counted at the office itself, right?
Sure. So once we heard about the outbreak, of course, we took immediate action, and we definitely consulted with the public health director to ensure that we were following the appropriate protocols. And we were very fortunate that it was not a large number of folks that were affected, and that allowed us to continue with our workflow up to a point where we were still able to continue with the same level of work.
How did this election season compare to previous elections? Were there more difficulties in counting because of the increase in mail-in ballots? Was there a shortage of temporary workers compared to previous years as well?
We did see a shortage from several months back. We, as you know, were going to place at each of the voter assistance centers 2 of the county's employees. I know that the county had a difficult time recruiting the number that we needed. However, they managed to come through because of our current economic spectrum. I mean, the folks at that point were either not available because they were already working at other jobs. And again, we had folks who were available, and really we were competing with other large companies like Amazon and some of your Ross. And so again, you had many other companies competing where they were giving out huge bonuses to go and work for them. So a lot of competition. However, the county pulled resources together, and we're very grateful that we were able to bring in the necessary amount of employees that were needed to successfully complete this election. Absolutely took much more many more employees than we were accustomed to. We almost doubled the workforce from 400 to 800 employees.
There have been some candidates and voters, both nationwide and here locally, who have attacked the voting systems used at the registrar, the counting process, and other things. Was there any concern about safety at the registrar?
That's an excellent question that you bring up. So the Registrar of Voters, before we can operate any of the equipment or send out any of the equipment to any of the voter assistance centers, it has to go through several rounds of verification and testing, not only at the national level, but also at the state level and here at the local level. So again, as far as the equipment not operating properly, that of course, we did not see any indications of that.
And again, we can expect the election to be certified tomorrow, right?
Absolutely. We are in line. We're excited. Again, it's been quite a challenge this election cycle because of all the changes. But as I've indicated, we can't do it alone. Took close to 700 employees. And of course, we are a small team of 34 permanent employees. So we can't do it without everybody's cooperation, support, and of course, help.
All right. Art, we appreciate your time. Thanks so much for joining us.
You're very welcome. Thank you so much for taking the time this afternoon.